Welcome back to my channel, Awaken Ministries. This is Jennifer Lynn Adams. Today I want to show you how, as a quadruple amputee, I do artwork. So I was born missing all 4 of my limbs, and I've been doing art since I was little. It literally was one of the first talents, I guess, that showed itself. I'm 45 now, and I'm still doing art. I don't know that my art shows that, but I love doing it. It gives me joy, and I want to bring you along for the ride today. Hello again. Here I am at my art desk. So I'm going to go through some of the things that you will need if you want to paint along with me, or if you just want to see how I paint, then keep watching. Either way. So one of the things I really love about watercolor is all you really need is a piece of watercolor paper, some water, some paint brushes, and the paint. And you just add water and you just can start painting. Whereas other paints require a lot more accoutrements to work with. So, I hope that you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so we're gonna paint now. So I always start my watercolor by wetting the paper, and I just learned that if you wet the paper back and front, it actually helps it lay flat. So what I love about watercoloring is that you kind of give it suggestions, and then the paint sort of tells you what it's becoming, which is what I love. It's a very abstract. I am actually going to start with this brush because it holds a lot of water, and I'm going to start by mixing 2 colors together. So this paintbrush is very saturated with water, and I'm taking that color and putting it in the mixing platter here. So yeah, we're starting with a blue color, and I want it to be sort of a grayish blue that we start with. So there's that, and I don't want to mix the colors, so I'm gonna get the colors off that, then go into this gray to mix it with the blue. Okay, so we're gonna start with this grayish blue and just start. Okay, so this is going to be, well, now I'm going into a darker bluish gray. I have 2 sets of watercolors with various shades of colors. So we're gonna do some icy winter trees. So I just want to start with the darker background where the tree is gonna be. So add in this dark bluish gray. I'm almost running out. I love this color. I use it so much. So I'll I'll have to be buying that color again soon. So as you can see, I have different ways. Sometimes I hold the brush in my mouth. Sometimes I try not to do that because honestly, it moves my teeth. It actually creates like an overbite in my teeth. Hey, disabled peeps listening to this, my extra-abled friends, do any of you experience that yourself? Where you use your mouth for a lot of things and it causes like some dental issues? Comment below if you are also extra-abled and experience that. When you're disabled, you use different parts of your body and anatomy for things that able-bodied people wouldn't, you know? If you don't have hands, you're gonna use your mouth more, or whatever it is that, you know, whatever it is that you're disabled in, the other parts of your senses kind of take over. I'm sure you know what I mean. Okay. So, that's good. That's where there's gonna be a winter tree, like an icy winter tree. So, what do we do next? Yeah, I think this is good. So this is a fun trick. You take a credit card and wherever you just painted, you just kind of start abstractly making lines kind of wherever. This will give me a little bit of guideline for the tree, just like where the branches can start, just creating tree branch shapes. All right, see that? I don't know if is it picking it up on camera? Do you see how I made basically tree scratch marks with just with an old credit card? Okay, so now I am going to go into this one. These two are going to be sort of like deciduous trees, and this one's going to be more of a pine. It seems to be my signature to always have a tree on the bottom left of my paintings. I never intended that. It just kind of started happening. That's the thing about doing art too, is that you kind of, you do art, but art also does you. Does that sounds wrong. I meant that it, like, art, you make the art, but the art also kind of makes itself. Maybe that's what I was trying to say. So it's like, you'll just be doing what you do, and it's like, oh, I always put a tree on the bottom left of my paintings. Why? I don't know, but it's the same way, like if you look at Van Gogh's art, he like works with circles. Almost all of his art is done in circles. He might not have been cognizant of why he did that. It's just how he did his art. Every artist has their sort of signature vibe on what they do. That's why it's... So this is the gal. She's gonna have a pink winter hat on. So you might wonder how I hold my brush. I have a little thumb on the end of my arm. I was born this way, so I never had arms and legs. But what I do is I just order lightweight paintbrushes. Like I always make sure that they're not dense. Sometimes I have to order a couple different paintbrush sets before they're what I want. I just return the ones that don't work. So if you are disabled and you want to paint, just find what works for you. What kind of paintbrushes can you hold? How would you hold them? Don't let anything stop you. That looks good. Okay, now I'm gonna move on to this other tree and give it a sense of ice. So this one is kind of in the haze. Sorry, there was a fly flying at me. And now I'm adding the ice to this pine tree. I think I might need more white paint. Okay, I added more white paint. And now just giving this tree the ice treatment. I don't worry about going out of the lines because I'm gonna clean up. I always clean up my desk space with soap and water afterwards anyway. I used to try to, like, you know, put things down to keep it clean and all that, and it's like it always ends up getting messy anyway, so might as well just clean up after. That's the beauty of art, is you are allowed to get messy, be messy. All right, we're nice and messy. I even have some on my face, you know, because that's what happens when you paint. Snow. So, like, just showing that their shadow shows up. I'm gonna add a little water. Just kind of. Here is the finished result. I'm very happy with it. If you want to, this is what a good painting session looks like after. So thank you guys so much for joining me on today's painting journey. I hope that you paint this picture along with me. If not, I hope it inspires you to paint, whether you're disabled or if you're facing other struggles in life, to know that there's nothing stopping you from being creative and just enjoying the creative process. All right, I'll try to make more vlogs like this. I'll see you next time.